What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Damiano Cambridge, and it pleasures me for you to join me for another video. Today is going to be an update on the depersonalization, derealization video I did probably about 3 or 4 months ago now. And first of all, what I want to say is thank you to everybody that has commented and liked and watched that video. It means a lot. We've had many positive comments and a lot of people sharing their experience and how it came to be that they got depersonalization, what they do to sort of lessen the symptoms. And then again, we've also had a few people that are complete dickheads and think they're doctors, mental health physicians and all that sort of stuff, and like to tell people exactly how they feel and how they feel is wrong. So to those people, on behalf of this community and everybody that is going through depersonalization and has been, fuck you, because you know nothing. You know absolutely nothing what it's like for us to go through it and what it feels like. So yeah, don't comment on my videos again, because nobody in this community needs you or wants you here. So fuck you all. Anyway, moving swiftly on. What I wanted to say in this video is where I am now opposed to what I was like in the video before. And apologies if I lose my train of thought, because I will lose my train of thought. A lot of the time, it's just what happens. But before we get into all of that, obviously, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I hope you guys have had a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. And got everything that you asked for and wanted. A lot of people that comment on these videos are quite young people, so you know it's nice to involve everyone and include everybody. So, without further ado, I wasn't going to do this video. I was just going to leave the first one I did there for people to just go through, but so many people commented on the last one and liked the last one and watched the last one that I kind of felt like I had to. And for all the negative people that have commented on that video, I feel like I owe it to all of us to tell those people to shut the fuck up and go and do something positive with your life. If you literally, like, I don't want to make this a negative thing, but I got like 5 or 6 comments in the space of 40 minutes from the same user, all negative. If you have that much time on your hands to write 4 or 5 negative comments on one video, then your life isn't great, man. If you have all that hatred in your life, actually it was a lady, if you've got all that time in your life to go on a YouTube video of somebody that you have never met before, that is just trying to give some positivity back to other people that might be suffering with something, and write 4, 5, 6, however many comments it was, and to tell me that my experience is a lie and I'm talking shit and I should be dead because I've felt this for 18 years, I feel very, very sorry for you. I really do, because you can't be there must be something going on in your life that you really aren't happy with to put that negativity onto me and this community of people that are going through depersonalization and derealization. But at the end of the day, like I said before, fuck you. We don't need you. We don't want you here. So let's move forward before this turns into a rant. I don't want it to turn into a rant. So the last video I did was about 4 to 5 months ago, possibly. And at that time, I was really struggling with it. Like I said in the last video, I've gone through this for about 18 years. It started when I was 12. I'm now 31 years old. And it's just a nightmare. A lot of the comments and a lot of the research that I've done lead back to it's your brain's way of protecting you from something in your life that has maybe stressed you out or triggered you or something like that. However, at the time my most recent one episode happened, March 2020, I feel like everything in my life was great. Home was good, work was good, health was good, everything was good, and then it just sort of happened. Now that is the time that Corona like really kicked off in the world, but at that time, and still even now, I really don't give a shit about coronavirus. I never did. Obviously, I'm not forcing my opinions on you guys. That's just how I feel about it. I'm not really bothered. It never really took over my life. Nothing that I was doing, like from work or home, it didn't really affect that. I'm a preschool practitioner, so I was still allowed to go to work and do what I was working and work and do my job. Bear with me because I will mumble things up and I will mess things up. But yeah, I was still allowed to go to work and do my job. I was still allowed to do everything pretty much that I was doing before coronavirus happened, just with a mask on. So that, for me, I don't feel like that was a trigger. However, every time before that I've experienced a depersonalization trigger, I can find things along those timelines that I do feel did equate to a trigger to put me into the depersonalization. What I can't find, though, is how I managed to get out of that. But yeah, this time round, March 2020 came. It happened there. It gradually got worse till we're here today, 2022. And honestly, it's sort of just got worse and worse and worse and worse. I've had this time round, like I'm a fully grown man. Since the last time it happened, was probably when I was about 18. But the last severest time it happened when I was in school. I was a bit reluctant to tell anybody. I was reluctant to sort of go to the doctors. I went to the doctors about this when I was about 14, and they told me it was a 24-hour bug, right? It's not. Talks bollocks, rubbish. But back then, that was a long time ago. That was almost 15 years ago. No, it was. It's over 15 years ago. I would like to believe that medicine and research into mental health and stuff has advanced a lot since then. So hopefully, if there's anybody out there going through it for the first time now, you'll stand a better chance of treatment than I did at that point. But yeah, since the last video, I have started high intensity cognitive behavioral therapy. That was a mouthful. I started running. I can't remember if I said that in the last video. I started running 3 times a week from September last year. Obviously, Christmas has just happened, and I took like 2 weeks off, but started again today. What else have I done to try and combat this? I went gluten-free, which is a lot harder than it sounds, because a lot of things have gluten in that you don't expect to have. So it's a lot of trial and error of reading the back of labels and stuff, and making sure that you don't have wheat or barley or rye or anything like that in it. But that seems to have sort of lifted there was like a shroud over my eyes, if you like, made my eyes feel really heavy. That seems to have helped with that. Not 100%, but I did read that going gluten-free can help brain fog, and depersonalization sometimes can feel like brain fog. So I kind of put 2 and 2 together and sort of figured I'll go gluten-free and see if that helps. I won't say I've been 100% gluten-free, because, as I said, it's a lot of trial and error of reading things. There's probably things I've eaten that have had gluten in that I didn't know about. I think even mayonnaise has gluten in, and essentially it should just be egg and whatever you use to make that. But I wouldn't have thought that you use any kind of wheat or barley or anything like that to make mayo, but apparently you do. Anyway, what else have I been doing? Anyways, it doesn't matter what I've been doing. The point of the matter is, it's still here. No matter what I've tried to do, the gluten-free thing, the running, it's still there. I've still got depersonalization, derealisation. I don't know if I said this in my last video. I went for an MRI, 2 MRIs, back in 2021. Initially for my hypothyroidism and adrenal insufficiency that they thought I had. So they did an MRI on my head to make sure my pituitary gland was fine. Turns out that was fine, but then they found like a capillary. I don't know. It's like a ball of like capillaries and veins and arteries and shit, like clustered in my head, in the right side of my head, like here. And then that got me wondering. I wonder if that's part of why I get these bouts of depersonalisation and derealisation. And it took from like June all the way up to November last year, the end of November. It was the 29th. It was my daughter's birthday. That I got the feedback from those MRIs and everything. So that was quite a long time. Obviously, COVID hasn't helped all of that. But the neurosurgeon that I spoke to about my MRI said that the thing in my head would not account to anything I've been feeling in terms of depersonalisation, derealisation. And then for some reason he had kind of a muddled symptom list of what I had said and my endocrinologist had told him that I had said. So we went back through that, and it appeared to him that I might be suffering from temporal lobe epilepsy, and I needed to go for tests for that. Up till now, this is January the 5th. Those tests still haven't happened. I haven't been given a referral for them yet. He said he's going to put the referral in. Obviously, over the Christmas period, restrictions have tightened and hospital admissions have risen and all that sort of stuff. So I don't expect it to happen like that. But I am hopeful that that might lead to something. But I don't know. For me, a lot of things sort of go hand in hand with what I've read about temporal lobe epilepsy. It's not quite as severe, I don't think, as full-on epilepsy. There's things like you see auras and you space out for ages, and I think for all my life I've always sort of spaced out now and then, and I just thought I was just heavily focused on something. But now I'm kind of thinking I might have what this neurosurgeon thinks I have. There's other things. Obviously, it's not just the spacing out and the auras and things like that. But yeah, as to where I go from here, I don't really know until I can get those tests in and get the results back. All I hope is that you guys are dealing with your depersonalization and your derealization in a way that helps you. A lot of people say try not to live like you have it. Now, I don't think that helps at all. Obviously, some things might work for other people better than they do for other people, but living like you don't have it, I think is a stupid idea. Like, obviously, get on with your day as best you can, but a lot of the time, you can't live like you don't have it. I think that's like telling somebody that is like a homeless person to live like they're not homeless. It's always there. That person's always homeless. They can't live like they're not homeless. I can't live like I have depersonalization. It doesn't work for me. Some people it might work for. It doesn't work for me. And what else I wanted to touch on is, what was it now? Lost my train of thought again. I thought this would happen. But while I'm thinking of that, I'm channeling the old Jack Grealish, as you can see. Just thought I'd put that out there. Sir, you up there? And I've completely lost my train of thought. This video obviously isn't going to get cut or edited. They never do. I never do that because it's just real. And I let you guys depict whatever you may want to depict from this video. But I think ultimately, when people say it's a depersonalization is a form of like protection and a form of like fight or flight, whatever you say, to protect you from a stressful situation or something like that, I think it's rubbish. I don't think that's true at all, because well, I don't know why your brain would put you in a state of mind where you struggle to comprehend daily life when there's if there's something stressful. Why would your body put you under something more stressful, and for me personally, make it 1,000 times worse than what it feels like in the first place? So I don't get that part. I don't believe that part at all. I get no, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, because for me, as a form of protection, this is the worst kind of form of protection that you could have. Like, it's like me giving my children to a paedophile to protect them from another paedophile. I know that's a harsh reality to think about, but that's what it's like. It's stupid. It's like sending someone to go and stay with a serial killer to protect them from a serial killer. It's stupid. And when people say, oh, your brain's stressing you out to protect you from another stressful situation, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't think that's the case at all. I think somewhere down the line that needs to be really, really looked at, and somehow there needs to be a breakthrough, because it's not like the way people talk about it is like it's helping you out, and it's definitely not helping you out. I've lost jobs because of this. I've lost friends because of this. I've lost everything you can think of because of this depersonalization. I don't want to sound like I'm negative and I'm moaning and stuff, but that's the case. That's what it is. That's what it does. It destroys everything. It's supposed to protect you from stuff, but it doesn't. And it could be as deep-seated as years and years and years ago when I was a kid, that this is now only just materializing now. But for whatever reason I have it or you have it, it's definitely not protecting you. I can tell you that for nothing. It's not protecting you because it's making you feel more shit than you probably would have felt in the first place. You can't comprehend your daily life. You can't go about your daily life like a normal person because of what you're feeling, and that's not protection to me. Anyway, rant. I'm ranting again. I'm sorry. I don't mean to rant. I just wanted to update you guys on where I am with the journey. But yeah, not editing this video, not cutting this video. I never do. You guys know that. But I hope you had a nice Christmas. I hope you had a nice New Year's. If anybody's telling you that what you're going through is a load of bollocks, don't listen to them, because only you know what you're going through. Only you know how severe your symptoms are. Everybody else, even doctors, I'm telling you straight, even doctors, if they're telling you what you're going through is all in your head, don't listen to them, because it's shit. It's pure shit. You have the right to feel the way you feel about how you're feeling. And if anybody's putting you down or making you feel bad because you're going through this and you don't understand why you're going through this and nobody else understands why you're going through this, it's your right to feel like that. It's your right to be scared. It's your right to be afraid. It's your right to want to get better from it as well. And it's nobody's right to put you down from that. So at the end of the day, the overall moral of this video, I guess, is don't listen to people that have negative things to say about how you feel about your body. It's the same instance as if you're a man and you want to be a woman, if you're gay, if you're lesbian, if you're trans, you know, anything. It's the same. If you feel better in that scenario, good. And nobody has the right to tell you anything. If you feel a certain way about your depersonalization, that's your right to feel like that. And nobody can take that away from you. Just like the people that commented on my last video tried to take it away from me. And I'm not going to let them, because they're not me and they're not you. So I will bid you a good day. I will apologise for ranting and going on about random things. But yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, if you want to see anything relating to depersonalization, see, muddling again. If you want to see any more things about depersonalization, derealization, maybe you want to come with me to the hospital when I get my tests done to see what goes on with that. Anything, just leave it in the comments. Let's hang out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I probably will do a next one because it seems that a lot of people comment in and like these kind of videos, so we got to do it. I mean, I feel like nobody else is putting in the research and putting in the the resources to try and make it better. It's quite a niche community. I feel like people with depersonalization, so we have to be advocates for our own self and our own health. So if there's anything you guys want to know about my journey, or if you want to tell me about your journey, then leave it in the comments. If there's videos you want to see, leave it in the comments. But yeah, I'm always happy to talk to you guys. I'm always happy to give my advice or anything. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.